Ladies and gentlemen, today we're doing one of my favorite things that we do here on this channel. We're talking about some Blu-rays. And today we're talking about an upgrade. It's Donnie Darko. This is the Arrow Video 4K release. I already took it out of the plastic. It's an upgrade from Arrow's Blu-ray release, and this is just this one I pre-ordered, so I have all the goodies. And this one I ordered. I think it came out in 2018. I ordered it, I think, last year or the year before. So by then, the limited edition set of it with the poster and all the fun little extras, it was no longer sold that way. So I just have the regular Blu-ray edition. But here we've got Donnie Darko on 4K. So let's walk through it. Package-wise, you got the cover. It comes in a little mini box set. This is just a little flap cardboard piece that is taped to the front. You have the artwork on the back. There, look at it. Artwork on the front, side, and there's just black on the top. And then, of course, here's your side view of what's inside. So taking a look at this little paperback, I forget what they call these things. It's got a term for it, I just don't remember it. Nothing too fancy or spectacular. Obviously the Arrow Video logo on the back, and then just the typical Arrow release things. Obviously summary of the film, what's it about, and then just information on the 4K content, the limited edition contents, and then the two 4K discs. One disc, they're both in 4K. One disc is the theatrical version, and the other disc is the director's cut. But then moving back to the package here, spinning around, pulling out the contents, you get the movie on 4K with a reversible cover, as typical for Arrow releases. So you got the front cover, you got the side, and then of course you got the same back as that paper piece. So opening it up, we have a little slip, promotional slip about Arrow now streaming. And then here we have a little card, various cards, it looks like, with the characters. Donnie Darko logo with Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah, there's a couple in here. Jake Gyllenhaal, another one with in the theater. So yeah, just cool little knickknacks, pictures from the film. And this little inclusion on the release. Back inside, you just have the two discs, you know, the typical little flip like that. And like I said, they're both in 4K. One's the theatrical and one's the extended cut. I don't think I've ever seen the extended cut, so I'm looking forward to watching it. So then back in the container, we also have this Donnie Darko book. So then here's the little booklet that this comes with. You have the front cover art there, the side, nothing on the back. And just skimming through here, it looked like there was an interview in here, questions about the restoration, just some bonus feature stuff, pictures from the movie. Just a cool thing to have if you're a fan of the movie, or if you like learning about behind the scenes information. Yeah, and this was Richard Kelly's first movie, actually. I think he was 21 when he wrote and directed the movie. So there's a little information about him in it, in this book as well, so that's cool. And the last little thing you get in here is a poster. We'll stand back as we unfold it. I think it's just the cover. Oh no, it's double-sided, it looks like. Yeah. So one side is the cover of it, and the other side is the book cover. So just a cool little thing to come along with it, make you feel like you got that much more for your money. And this is only $30, and I was surprised because usually the Arrow Video 4K sets are a lot more expensive. Like Tremors was like, I love Tremors, and that was like $40, $50 almost. So when I saw it for $32, I was like, whoa, like that, I gotta get that before it goes higher in price, so the limited edition runs out. But yeah, so here's the 4K, here's the original Arrow release of it on Blu-ray. Nothing spectacular about it because it's just a regular edition, but I figured it'd be cool to do a little comparison with the two of them. So in the end, in comparison with the two, this is from a 4K transfer. So the Blu-ray, and it's a 4K player, 4K TV. So this Blu-ray is going to look as good as it possibly could, and I think it looks pretty good. It's not night and day compared with the 4K. I think the 4K is obviously an upgrade. I think the 4K enhances the color spectrum, so your color variations are greatly differed. You can get the true colors that you would actually see if you were in this location in real life, or the colors that the director meant for you to see in the editing process. So I think obviously I always will take the 4K over the Blu-ray unless it's like Terminator 2 Judgment Day, where they went in and digitally enhanced it to try and make it look like a modern day movie. They took all the film grain out of it. This keeps the film grain in. The images look vivid. The brightness, the lighting, it all looks as if you were there in person, which I think is always a cool touch. I like feeling like I'm there. I think I watched the movie. I didn't watch it from beginning to end, so I can't tell you every moment how it looks. But from what I was looking through as I skipped through it, glancing at scenes briefly, it looks pretty good. Like I said, not night and day with the Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray is from a 4K transfer, so it's going to be at the highest quality. It's going to be almost 4K. So I didn't really expect it to be night and day, but you can definitely see a difference in person. I always agree with the 4K, and if you're a collector, this guy has a bunch of bonus features. It's got archive footage and interviews, it's got B-roll, it's got interviews, auto commentary, got a bunch of stuff. And like I said, 4K versions of the film, theatrical and director's cut, they're both on 4K, which really happens, I'm surprised. 2 4K discs, so that's cool. So if you're a collector, if you're a huge fan of Donnie Darko, this is the edition for you. Got great cover art. It's a box set. It's got the booklet, the poster, and like I said, the 2 versions of the film on 4K. So what more could you want as a Donnie Darko fan? It's a really good movie. Like I said earlier in the video, Richard Kelly's first movie, and I think he was only like 21 at the time. Young Jake and Maggie Gyllenhaal, Patrick Swayze, Drew Barrymore. Just a really solid, entertaining movie that kind of makes you wonder, like, what the heck did I just watch? But in a good way. Whether you get the Blu-ray or you get the 4K, it's really up to your preference. Some people still have the DVDs. But if you're in the 4K, if like things like if you're nitpicky and you point out images and mistakes other people can't see, then I always say go for the 4K. Not night and day, but I think it is better because it is 4K. Thanks to Arrow Video for releasing these films. I always enjoy studios like Scream, Shout Factory, Arrow, Criterion Collection that release movies on Blu-ray and 4K. That probably wouldn't get released otherwise. KL Studios is another underrated one. Is in Mill Creek. They release like guilty pleasure movies that most people would probably be like, I don't care about that crap. But they have released quite a few movies that I'm like, oh, that's on Blu-ray now. So, but back to the point, Donnie Darko. If you're a person that cares about quality and everything, I think it's worth it. But some people probably will look at them and not see the difference. It's just how nitpicky and how much of a film enthusiast and Blu-ray collector you are. But this is the ultimate collector's edition if you're a huge fan of this movie, so don't miss it. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you today in this video comparing and reviewing Donnie Darko on 4K from Arrow Video. Really nice release. You can tell they put their time and effort into it and just throw it all together and like, oh, there we go. And in comparison with the Blu-ray, I think it's better. I think it does what 4K is supposed to do. And that's on a Sony player and a 65-inch OLED LG TV. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to pick up Donnie Darko on 4K or if you have the Blu-ray release and you're fine with that because it's from the 4K original negative from the movie. But anyway, guys, cool booklet, cool 4K movie with 2 discs, 4K, theatrical, director's cut. I think I said everything I needed to say. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully we will see you next time in my parents' basement, your parents' basement, our parents' basement.